Hey y'all, it's Shari Nicole. Welcome back to my channel, Grow As I Grow. This video begins a new series in my life. So let's get into it. The things you are seeing now on your device are the supplies that I bought to get started with this new journey. A lot of these items came from either Amazon or Walmart, and I will have a free downloadable for you in the descriptions below, as well as the pinned comments, where you can download the PDF listing every single item that I bought. So I end up paying about $450 for everything to get started in this business. And if you haven't, caught on to the clues yet, the business is a home bakery business. Shout out to the cottage food laws, and specifically the state of Texas, for being very low entry, very lenient on how home bakeries can operate and what's required to get started and operate. So in this particular video, I will be making cookies. So that's why you see the heart-shaped cookie cutter specifically for Valentine's. I will be using the largest one that you see there. The cookies that we will be making are the brown butter chocolate chip and M&M cookies. And to be honest, I've baked a lot of things over the years. Cake pops. I did cake pops before when I was working at the pediatric doctor's office years ago. We will always have potlucks, and I remember making some delicious cake pops that I actually decorated with like the doctor's stethoscopes. It was fun. Unfortunately, I do not have any footage or video of that because I definitely tried to look and see. But I don't have that. But I say all that to say, cookies, especially chocolate chip cookies, have never been my strongest bake. I don't know what it is about cookies. That's just, they're wishy-washy. I remember doing a chocolate chip cookie experiment. It was actually a project in chemistry class, and everyone was provided the same exact recipe and ingredient list. But yet, when it was time to turn in the cookies, there were so many different type of cookies, from looks, from shapes, to taste. I still don't understand it to this day, the chemistry behind that. So I'm still showing y'all what I bought. Those little squeeze bottles was for the icing. Those are cookie bags. I did end up bagging up these cookies. I did not sell them. That is one of my boxes, and just my prototype of an example of how I want my box to look. The label in the front, the important label underneath with a thank you sticker. You see the little twine wrapped on the box. So I show you all of that, and again, I provide all of that in the PDF that you can download of where I got everything. with the exact links, so there's no guessing. So getting into making these cookies. So this is the part of browning the butter. That was the very first step, browning the butter. This was my first time ever browning any kind of, well, it was my first time browning butter intentionally ever. And first time using it in any kind of baked goods. And to be honest, I don't know if I actually liked it. It smelled amazing, but I believe that it hardened the texture more than I like in cookies. It caused an unpredictable spreading that you all will see towards the end of the video. And the finished cookies just didn't look like the price tag I was going to attach to them, which is why, you know, the video is titled the way it is, and why I've chosen to go back to plan A, which is to stick to bread based items, sourdough bread. I am going to do cinnamon rolls, but to leave the cookies alone. Cakes I'm fine with, but I don't want to do cakes. So while the cookies tasted good, they just didn't look like a premium product. And I'm not selling something that doesn't visually match the price I'd have to charge. On top of that, I'm personally more mindful of excess sugar. I've noticed over the course of my life how it affects my body. And if something doesn't feel aligned for me to eat regularly, I don't feel right selling it. Yeah, so just after I made the cookies and ate them and gave away the excess and trashed the other half, I was just really bothered by it. I'm like, no, first of all, it's too much sugar. It's too much sugar. It was too much chocolate going on. You got the M&Ms and you got the chocolate chips and you got the sugar. It was just too much, and my body was already feeling the effects of the overload. So yeah, on top of, like I said, me not baking cookies well is not being a skill of mine, and then just the health factor, I've decided to not do that. So instead of forcing a product that's never been my lane, I'm just going back, like I said, to cinnamon rolls and bread, where I can give my community my best every time and be proud of a product that I create. Here I am packing down the light brown sugar that I had already had. I didn't open the new pack that I bought. That's just not wise. Same thing with the flour. I used what I had already had. I don't know if that could have played a part in it. I mean, it was not old, but I would say that the sugar, the brown sugar, it had, like, you know, little hard crystallized sugar in it that you actually had to beat down to flatten out. So I don't know if all that played a part in it, but I do remember from previous times of baking something, I forgot what I had baked a few months ago. It might have been peanut butter cookies. No, it was actually the 3-ingredient cookie. Yeah, it was a 3-ingredient cookie, and I didn't do my due diligence of packing down those crystallized sugar cubes. So, of course, when it baked, it was very prevalent in the bake. But that's me there, going in and adding the brown butter to the sugars. And I believe I went ahead and added vanilla extract too to this part. But mixing that all together, just doing the whole making a cookie process. Also, if you notice, I do have on my custom made apron that I made myself literally the morning of me making these cookies. That was some of the stuff that I was doing prior to this, making shirts, etc. So I have all of the materials required to do so. So I designed my logo in Canva with the help of ChatGPT, as far as like drilling down on the name that I wanted and just getting some ideas on how to set any icons and the color scheme, etc. And then I also did the shirt, as you can see. Again, all of this, I've gotten the apron I got from Amazon, and the vinyl, the heat transfer vinyl, I also got from Amazon. And here are the boxes and the twine that came with it. Thank you cards and stickers, as well as the Valentine theme tags that you can write on, or you can leave blank and allow your customer to write on. All of that, again, like I said, came from Amazon. These are the labels that I use for my labels for the ones that go on any packages. Those I use a lot for my packages, even when I ship like my Etsy products. These cookies I wanted them to be huge, so they were around 113 to 114 grams each. So I weighed them all out, rolled them in the ball. I couldn't decide or couldn't remember if you shape dough before or after you bake it. So when I finally paused the video and went to research, I saw that either or you can do, but supposedly, well, not supposedly, because I saw it, when you do it after the cookie has baked, you know, the cookie is going to crumble. So I don't know what I was thinking. I guess I thought I was playing with Play-Doh or something. Because you're going to see shortly how I decided to shape the dough. Because initially what you're supposed to do is roll the dough out and then shape it. That's the proper way to do it. but you're gonna see how I end up improvising and doing it. And then that also could be the reason why my cookies turned out how they did. Look at them. They look so cute and beautiful, but wait for it. Anyway, I chose Kept Bread Co. because, of course, everything I do, I'm just focused on purpose, doing things with a purpose, and not just, thinking about myself, but thinking about how I could impact other people as well. So Kept Bread Co. is just all about the basis of keeping people fed and covered, especially in the times that we are moving into. My packages will also contain scripture on them to be subtly ministering to people, and the two scriptures will be Matthew 6:11, which says, "Give us this day our daily bread," as well as Psalm 37:19, "In the days of famine they shall be satisfied." So I'm excited for this. I've baked bread in the past. I have baked a loaf before. I've baked pizza dough from scratch before. I've done plenty of banana breads that people love. So it's stuff that I didn't even know or pay too much attention to until recently, when I took a month and a half vacation on the East Coast. Just a lot of things, a lot of brainstorming and strategies were flowing through my head, and it was basically like, okay, it's game time once I get back to Texas. So I say all that to say, thank y'all for watching. Stay tuned for more content that is centered around having and running a home bakery business and eating real bread, not that fake stuff that they sell in the store that lasts a whole 2 years without molding. Catch y'all in the next video.